Ladies and gentlemen, you might recognize me as one of the analysts for the Body Slams podcast team, whether it be Breakfast and Body Slams, Thursday Night Slam, or our pop-up pipe bombs. Now, unfortunately, I have to make this statement because some recent social media interaction has occurred that raised some red flags, not just for myself, but for other producing members of Devereaux Sports, as well as the Body Slams podcast team. Unfortunately, in a chat room, one of our analysts has got into a heated debate back and forth with a fan. And some things were said that was not meant to be said because a certain individual deals with PTSD. And with that type of action, we do support our fellow analysts when it comes to something like that where they need treatment or help and this and that. But it happened to a fan where we like to have everyone feel comfortable and welcomed. So going forward, our analyst took it upon himself to remove himself from the Body Slams podcast, so you will no longer see one of our regulars on the show. There's no need to name drop and bring up who the fan is or who the analyst is. Just to know going forward, Devereaux Sports, as well as the Body Slams podcast team, do not find it acceptable when fans and analysts get into heated debates. Name calling is not encouraged, but we approve that you can have a nice debate, agree to disagree, but without any violent threats whatsoever. So with that being said, we like to wish our analyst who parted ways the best of luck in his future endeavors. And we like to send a sincere apology out to anyone who witnessed any of the comments that were said in the chat room back and forth from either parties, anyone who felt offended or disturbed by them. We sincerely apologize, and we hope you continue to support us here on the Body Slams podcast, as well as Devereaux Sports. Thank you, and please do not forget to check out all of our Devereaux Sports podcast teams out there.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Body Slams podcast. And this is Thursday Night Slam. I'm one of your analysts. I am Chio Frost. I'd like to welcome each and every one of you here as we have a very, very special guest for you tonight. The chat room is open for comments and questions as well. So please do not hesitate to hit us up with what's going on in your mind. Now, with that being said, without any further ado, let's bring on our other analysts. First, he's a veteran of the ring. He's the host of Reap the Future. None other than my amigo, my compadre that I've known for many, many years, Mr. Dennis Reaper.
What's up, Chio?
Hey, how's it going?
It's better today. It's better day. It's been a shitty week. Shitty week.
Now, with my introduction, did I use my white voice?
I was really hoping we were going to get the Pat Bernard voice.
No, there's no buffets here. I do have some Mexican food sitting over there though, but
hold on. You have Mexican food and did not let me know
from a legit Mexican restaurant of a gentleman who's very good. It's right across the street from my job, so I have the opportunity to go over there and get whatever I want. It's really, really excellent. It's not like Taco Bell or some other place, whatever.
Okay, you can never put Taco Bell's name in actual food, because that's not food. That it's good. Don't get me wrong. If you want real fast food to make you go to the bathroom, there it is.
Well,
but the fact that you have Mexican food and you did not actually, I'm offended.
Well, you should have been here in studio right here.
I didn't know.
I have an extra chair. So,
well, the Eagles flag sitting in that chair because that's the only.
The chair's over there. The chair's over there off to the side right now. So, but without any further ado, again, do this, do that. We do a lot of things. We even do the best Bernard. Why? Because this do is the Saint Bernard. He is Mikey.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
What's up, brother?
How's it going, fellas?
The ceiling's up. Oh, damn, I just gave you the yell for loser. No, I'm joking. Pat's already chiming in the chat room going, yes.
Are those pot cars that you have in your hand?
Oh, he's ready. He's ready.
Oh, he's so ready.
It's the what the F, because they blanked out all the other letters. So I'm not going to say the letters.
Our guest tonight is in so much trouble when we get to those cards. Oh, yeah. And our good friend Mikey here been doing his homework on our guest. You know, he
better.
Yeah. He has stuff pulled up right now. He's ready to go. It's go time. He's going to ask all the hard-hitting questions.
Mikey,
I even have the Crow shirt on, which is one of her favorite movies.
Ooh, listen, I got one of the best shirts on. Hold on. We got to see this. I got this at the Renaissance Fair.
Okay,
that's great.
Me and Nina went to Renaissance Fair on Sunday, and we were leaving, right? And she goes, "Want to hit the gift shop?" I'm like, "Sure, I'll buy me an Oktoberfest mug." Until I saw the shirt, literally at the window, going, "I tapped that." The only words out of my mouth is, "I need that." This is the first time I'm wearing it, by the way, and it had to be live on air.
Okay, you delinquents, you need to calm down. I know you like to raise hell. I got to get through something very, very important.
By bringing on the guests.
Well, that is very important. But we do have to do our cheap plugs. Yes, I say cheap plugs.
Because they don't pay.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. And I know he's in the room watching us. You cheap bastard. You need to pay because we do our own thing here. We have to pay. I have to come out of pocket and pay for our broadcast stuff so that way people can watch us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch all at the same time. And I pay for the .com. And we got all of our platforms we do. We don't need a blue check mark in the studio because all our stuff is up to date. And it's on all the platforms that people can listen to or watch. Sorry, guys. But anyway, the Devereaux sports teams start on Monday nights. We got the Sullivan Squad at 6 p.m. The Old School Show at 6:30 p.m. on Tuesdays. Wednesdays, you have the Combat Misfits at 6 p.m. Thursday Night Slam, which is tonight at 9:05, but starting November 4th, we will be going bi-weekly. And by bi-weekly, every other week, me and Dennis will have a choice. One week, it'll be his pick to bring a guest on. The other week will be my turn to bring a guest on. So that's bi-weekly. So that's on 2 shows a month, not 4. The Scrapple Boys are on hiatus. But if I'm lucky, maybe I can convince them to do a pop-up pipe bomb Scrapple Boys edition here live with Cheesesteak Chucky, your brother, the other Bernard.
Yeah, Bernard.
As well as our man Austin. And he will be in here later on with us.
Oh, okay,
And-
cool.
And on Sunday, you'll get to see the Gobbler Inc. Jackass. The Combat Misfits once again at 10 a.m. as well as our weekly show now. We're moving from once a month on Saturdays. We're going to Sundays at 11 a.m. starting November 7th. And every other week it will be either me or Dennis hosting. So you get to see one pretty face or the other.
Listen, November 7th, let me just say this, right? Possibly I'm going to be in Baltimore for the Ravens game, right? So possibly
That was
I
your
might be on. What?
That was your debut date.
I was supposed
We'll
to be
figure it out. We will
Listen,
figure it
listen.
out.
I got a personal life, and if I get my tickets for free to the Ravens game, that trumps this a little bit.
All right. I got you. We cool.
Can't
we
beat
cool.
free.
No. Can't be free. Exactly. You hear that, Pat? You can't beat free. That's right. You can't beat us because we're free, God damn it.
Yeah.
All right. And don't forget about our pop-up pipe bomb show. That can happen anytime, anywhere, with anyone. So you never know. And let's go to our podcast affiliates. Our newest affiliate that just got brought in like 2 weeks ago or whatever. I think it was
The
Backstabbers. Yes, Backstabbers Pro Wrestling Podcast, as well as the Tornado Tag Podcast, the guys at the 2300 Wrestling Podcast, and all the way from Puerto Rico, Mikey.
Conversación de Lucha Libre.
Close enough.
Did I
Yes,
say that right?
It was ending. He messed up.
He was there though. He was close enough. He was there. He was using his white voice. That's what he was doing. But yeah, you can search and Google all of them, all of them on Google, and find them on all different platforms that you can listen to, like Spotify, iTunes, Amazon. You know, there's a whole list of them out there, and you can listen to us too. And don't forget to check us out. You can go to our bodyslams.pro, where you can check us out on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and also, like I said, if you're on the go in your car, if you're at the gym, you can tune in and click on the listen section. And like I said, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Audible, a bunch of stuff. Our stuff is currently up to date right now. So, guess what time it is, everyone? Without
Time to bring on the guests?
Without any, what am I going to say? Further ado, because we do to do. Like Mountain Dew. Yeah, do to do. It sounds pretty good there. I like that. None other than the blue-haired demon herself, the
Crimson Queen.
The Crimson Queen, like Mikey said. The queen of the death matches. The one who recently scored the pinfall in a 3-on-3 mixed steel cage match. None other than Rebecca effing Payne.
What's up, guys?
Hey, sweetie.
Hello.
Hey, Rebecca.
How's it going?
It's going great.
So how's your day been so far? Wild, crazy, waiting for us to get through this bullshit announcements.
Fantastic. I worked and I glued thumbtacks to things. So making a new jacket.
I did see that. It
Yes.
what was it? A vest, right?
Yes.
A hoodie.
Man.
A hoodie. Was a hoodie?
I'm so glad you said it was a vest or a jacket, because my mind went totally in the opposite direction, going, look, this is supposed to be a PG show. Kinks and stuff might not be intriguing.
We
Pat
can't
might
talk
help.
about that here, Dennis.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. I don't. I have.
We're
no
gonna do all that
filter.
off air. Off air. Oh yeah. Oh, trust me, I be seeing some of your posts and I want to comment. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna bite my tongue. So Becky,
Yes.
Becca. Well, I don't know how you like to be called, Miss Payne. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. How about we let Mikey take us back, way back, Mikey. Go ahead. Hit
Yeah,
him.
well, actually, Rebecca, why don't you take us way back in time? What got you into the crazy world of wrestling?
So I guess I have the typical story. I watched WWE all growing up, like most of us, and decided when I was 18 that I wanted to train and become a wrestler instead of playing softball. And actually trained down in Jersey with Richie
Now,
Rodden.
now, prior to training though, what actually got you into loving wrestling? That want to be a part of it?
Watching it with my dad. My dad and I, that was our bonding time.
What
And
do you have any do you have any particular fond memories growing up with your dad watching any particular matches or stars that you loved watching with him?
Oh, China and Lita. Anything China and Lita.
Okay, so it was like more. It was pre-attitude era. Am I correct there, Dennis? China and Lita. That's like pre-attitude era, or somewhat. It was like right there,
Kind of,
borderline.
yeah, almost like the start of it.
It was like borderline.
China was definitely Attitude Era because she was there before it. I want to no. Lita was
DX, yeah, Attitude.
Lita was definitely part of the Attitude Era.
Okay.
Because she was there with the Hardys, and the Hardys were there during the Attitude Era. So
now you said you trained with what you said, Richie Rotten?
Richie Rotten down in Jersey, yeah.
Okay, I did hear of his name before. I'm not sure if I worked on any shows with him, but how did you discover a wrestling school by chance?
So actually, Gabby Gilbert.
Sweet girl.
They got me hooked up with Richie's school.
So how'd you meet Gabby in all this? Because there's a process. Like you can't just say, oh, just Gabby Gilbert. No, there's a process. Okay, you met Gabby Gilbert. For how? Was you a fan in the crowd?
I met Gabby at a Triple WA show, I believe it was, back in the day.
For the fans
Fire Company #1 in Emmaus.
For the fans that don't know who Gabby Gilbert is, she is formerly known as Roxy Cotton. I think, right? No, what was her?
Yes, Roxy Cotton.
I was like, hold on. I know it was Roxy. I didn't want to butcher the last name, but I know she's going as Gabby Gilbert now. So, for fans that didn't know, that's who she is. We were referencing, and we've all known her I've known her 14 years. So, sweetest woman, in the business that will not hesitate to punch your face out if you screw up. Just say it.
So you're there at Triple WA as a fan.
Yes.
You become friends with Gabby Gilbert.
Yes.
Well, Roxy Cotton at the time, I'm sure, because that was back then. She mentions to you about a wrestling school, Richie Rotten. And where was that school at? For who? What was it? Was it Rotten School or was it somebody else's school?
It was Rotten School down in Hasbrook Heights, New Jersey, I believe was where it was at the time.
Okay. Like I said, I never heard of that school, but
Magic
I heard
was one of the trainers there.
Okay, I'm very familiar with Magic. Me and him, big props, much love go out to Magic there. I see him a lot in the Jersey area when I'm down that way. So, what was your first impressions when you walked into the school? Was it like, boom, I'm in heaven, your eyes light up like holy shit, I'm here, I made it?
Yeah, absolutely. Kid in a candy store.
Tell us about that, the atmosphere.
A bit intimidating walking in. My dad actually drove me, it was about 2 hours both ways. But yeah, a bit intimidated walking in, but Richie was really nice, Magic was really nice, and they made it as comfortable as possible. There were no other girls there at the time. Gabby was there once in a while, so
I find it kind of cool when females get in the business and they train with the guys instead of training with a squad of girls, because then the guys don't really take it easy on the girls. Sometimes, well, it depends. Some of the guys are a little intimidated to do any moves to the girls, but for me personally, I'm like, hey, you came here to learn to wrestle. I'm not gonna teach you how to be intimidated to get in the ring and throw hands and this and that. You're gonna wrestle like one of us, so that way when you're in there with a female who's a badass, you're gonna be able to handle yourself. Cricket. It's
No,
silent.
that's
sorry,
It's
guys.
silent right now. It's cricket. Like what?
look. All I can say is, again, as long as I think Rebecca, you've known me, I've always supported the women wrestling since day one. I think y'all have it way harder than I ever did in this business. From the politics in the locker room that we all know about to the fans treating women differently. So when it comes to training, like, a lot of women don't want to train with women. They want to train with men because they want to be able to like take the hits, per se. And this just comes from other women wrestlers in the business, I would say, including the dungeon. Let's be real. Everybody at the dungeon was a male. So if you're a female and you came there, you were working out 100% with the guys because, you only had one or two females there. But I don't know. Everybody's different.
So now you're going through the training process. Who's some of the people that you literally got in the ring with that are still going now?
Definitely Richie and Magic.
Gabby, obviously.
Yes, Gabby. Are we talking like beginning or throughout?
Well, ones who were there throughout, but who are still in the business currently. Like any particular names that I might recognize that are still around who started or who was there training while you were there.
Gosh. As far as
Tough question.
Richie's school, other than Richie and Magic, I don't think so.
Okay. So how long till before you had your first match?
6 months about.
6 months. And who was your first match and how was it?
It was a girl named Layla, and it was her first match as well. So the match wasn't really the greatest.
Oh, wow.
In fact, it was rather terrible.
Was she a student?
What was going through your mind, as you're getting ready to debut with your first match? Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I was terrified, nervous, and don't suck was the main thing going through my mind.
Now, when you first start having your match, was you already dubbed Rebecca Payne, or did Rebecca Payne come later on?
So I've always been known as Rebecca Payne, but believe it or not, I actually started out wrestling in a cheerleading outfit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I can see her as a hardcore cheerleader, like a badass one wearing a leather jacket type. Be like,
No, just the cheerleading outfit and pom poms.
Yay!
Thankfully, that didn't last very long.
Aw, man.
I was gonna say, because that's kind of surprising.
Is there footage?
Pictures?
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, there's pictures somewhere.
I'm gonna have to get a we need to see this.
No, Dennis, no.
Yes. Listen, there's embarrassing pictures of me back in the day where I came out wearing denim jeans, half my face painted black and red with a mask and a skull jacket, and looked horrible because I was like 150 pounds soaking wet. So we all been down that road. Like I'm proud of those moments. It's like, hey, I was here. And now I'm here. Like I was a cheerleader, and now I'm one of the queen of death matches. Period. Like,
yeah.
you've started your career here and you've literally gone up. Like that's how I look at it. Like I look at those as like my tokens of hell yeah, I look like a skinny little bitch back then, and now I'm a fat bitch now because now I'm fat. So, but I still wrestle. Rebecca worked with my wife in a death match in the Indies. Yeah. So Pat's wife is Monique.
Yes, Monique was my first round opponent back in 2008 for the Queen of the Death match.
Wow. Okay.
Listen,
a lot better worker than Pat.
By far the best worker out of that family.
Now, I believe me and you, we met like for the first time when we start seeing each other quite often. I think it has to be EGW.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure. I think you were dating a certain
I was, yes.
a certain, I'm not gonna say the gimmick name, I'll just say CD as the initials.
Yes.
The shoot initials. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave it at that. We both know who it is, obviously. So but how's it feel after all this time to be dubbed, there's a lot of people go out there who calls themselves, females who say like they're the queen of this and queen of that, but of the death matches.
Oh, definitely one of the most, definitely one of the most amazing accomplishments of my career for sure. Believe it or not, I had never done a death match going out to IWA Mid-South the first time in 2008. And I believe Monique hadn't either. I don't think Monique had ever even done hardcore at that time.
And then from that first experience, you were like sucked in.
Oh, it was the best thing ever. I was absolutely in love with deathmatch wrestling.
Oh, wait, hold up. We got some comments here. And we got another one. Comb your forehead. Thank you, Mr. Noxious. Thank you. Matter of fact, Mr. Noxious was one of your co-partners in that tag, in that 6-man tag with you and Mike City.
Yes, he was.
Yeah. Apparently you guys had a hell of a time getting there and stuff, and you and Noxious had plenty of battles, throughout the years,
yeah.
here and there. He's like, he's like I guess for you, it's like taking an ass whooping from your big brother.
Pretty much, yeah.
Look,
and he says you suck, by the way. So.
I still remember the match that you and Rob had at Hamburg.
Dude.
And the fact that you got busted open, okay, and we had to make a makeshift table in the locker room for you to lay down, and Dr. Frank's like, do you want to see what it looks like? And you're like, no. And we're all right, Mikey.
Rob was intrigued. I think he said he could see inside my skull. So
the plunger.
I was in denial that I needed stitches.
Oh, she so was, Mikey.
Damn.
Oh my God,
we are all taking
ugly
photos and videotaping this, and we're all like, "Are you sure you don't want to see it?" And eventually, she's like, "Screw it, let me see it." And we showed. She's like, "Never mind, I should not have seen that. Should not have looked at your all's phone." Look, I'm all about gory stuff, but that was a brutal match. First off, like you and Rob kicked the living shit out of each other. First off, and those fans loved it. I enjoyed it from a hardcore fan. Jamal, screw you. Because in the comments says shut up, Dennis. But I want to talk about that match. That match is one of my favorites of yours. Going into that show,
you want to?
Huh?
Sorry, you cut out.
So I wanted to talk about that match between you and Rob, and again, you and Rob have had probably a dozen matches. I remember overhearing you say that was one of your favorite matches you've had with Rob. Is there any specific reasons why that was one of your favorites?
The Hamburg match?
Yep.
Just because, I mean, we had the crowd into it the entire time. one of my favorite parts of that match was actually the plunger getting stuck to Rob's head. So that kind of made me laugh. That was a good time.
That was a good.
He
That was
says
that
the plunger
was
as
funny.
well.
That was funny.
Yeah,
I don't think
like it couldn't have happened in a better place. You're both in the legendary Hamburg Fieldhouse. On top of that, you have a packed house of fans, almost from what we like. And this was during the AXW time before Outbreak,
Right.
American X Wrestling, and they packed the shit out of that place. The bleachers too. I kind of miss those days. But yeah, like a lot of people look at you as a little sister. Whenever me and you talk online, and and people know I don't care much for death matches, but to each his own. Whoever does what, I ain't doing it for sure. So you're a lot braver than I am for that part. But from my point and aspect, when I talk to you online, I talk to you like almost like a father figure, where I worry about you, or like I really don't want to see you doing this. You can do so much more. I'm like trying to be the loving father. Like, please don't. I'm like almost like begging in my head, like, please don't do this no more. You got your whole life ahead of you. But oh, damn, man down.
Sorry.
I told
Lost
you,
you
get a
guys
book or
for a
something.
second.
Rebecca's putting her phone through a hardcore match right now.
Yeah, what the hell?
By the way, Rob in the comments again, he says, we stole the show and was never invited back. The reason they never invited you back is how the hell do they follow your match? They can't. I'm sorry.
That's true, especially if you tore the house down like that.
Oh, dude, when we say they tore the house down, they literally tore the house down.
I'm gonna say it was a management issue as well. Plus, that's when I think that was one of AXW's last shows anyway. When that went down,
I think that was actually the last show,
because then AXW ended up switching over to Outbreak, and then there was new management who took over. So
yeah.
So don't worry. If I ever start running and booking again, I got y'all.
Here's another question for you, Rebecca. So now we consider you the queen of deathmatch.
Wait,
why was I never invited back?
Dennis, you want to answer that one?
No, you got to answer. You got to talk to management on that one. I have no answer on that one. Like, I'm still look. Jamal, you are a extremely talented man in the ring, and I'm not saying that to kiss ass or anything, but I'm saying that professionally.
I keep wanting to see the Jamala gimmick.
Like,
I want to see the Jamala.
It's one of those where I want to say, I don't want to say it's politics or people just aren't fond of people, but I think anybody that has you on their show benefits from it. You're a knowledgeable guy in the locker room, from seeing you in WWA, from how you talk to the guys and help guys with their matches. Anybody can benefit off of you being in the locker room. So anybody that doesn't book you, I don't get it. I don't understand why. I think you are one of those guys that can go out there and have an amazing match. And me and you have teamed, I believe, once or twice, and it's never been a bad match. So to whoever doesn't book you, that's their loss, dude. 100% believe in that. But so Rebecca, you've gone from non-death match to death match, and now that's one of your cup, that's your forte now, is this death match stuff. Out of all the death matches you've had throughout your career, what would you say would be your top 3 favorite death matches that you've been involved in?
Top 3, me and Mickey Knuckles in the finals 2008. And then the other 2 are technically not death matches because they were both in Pennsylvania, but I wrestled Masada at CCW, and I wrestled Nick Gage as well.
Oh, wow.
Mikey, you got to go watch that match.
I know what I never seen those matches, but I definitely want to see the one with her and Nick Gage though.
Yeah, I think Gage was like my third match back after I broke my arm. So
You had so much.
interesting.
You know what? Run down the list of injuries that you accumulated throughout the years due to death matches.
Well, I had a gash in my hand in 2008. There's video footage of that somewhere. The 11 stitches in Hamburg, not a death match, but still hardcore match related. Let's see, I've glued a bunch of cuts. I did break my arm. That was in a normal match, but that was probably the worst injury I've had.
Okay.
That was actually at a PPCW show a few years ago. So
now for all the years and experience that you've been around doing this, you've seen girls come and go. Is there any new ones that are on your radar who you have not stepped in the ring with yet that you want to work?
I would say probably Hollywood or Hollyhood Haley J. That's Amazing Maria's daughter.
That'd be a great match.
So she's only 2 years in, and the girl's amazing. I actually watched her work Thunder Kitty out at IWA a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I seen Thunder Kitty. I think it was sometime earlier this year, I believe it was, and I was very impressed.
Sarah Dox is another one. She's recently started doing death matches. So she likes to do the barefoot death matches, and I've kind of always, part of me wants to try one of those. So
now those particular girls, are they doing like the loop in the IWA Mid-South area? Is that where a lot of these death matches are being taken place, or is it just various?
The majority of them are out in the Indiana area, yeah, just because there's no athletic commission out there.
Is that still being run by Ian Rotten?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So now I notice you've been traveling and working with a certain young lady that happens to be my niece.
Yes.
Do you plan on converting her into the deathmatch way?
Oh my God, Chio, I feel like you would never speak to me again.
Well, it's her call, and you would have to deal with her mom.
Okay.
On that one there. I don't know. I don't think her dad would really care, but I think her mom would have a fit though. But she's a grown woman. She can do what she wants. But you and Izzy McCoy, you probably had a handful of matches
in
a bunch of places. How is she from the time she started? Because she's still fresh in the business. She only has 2 years, I think, something like that along the way.
Yeah, maybe. She's not in that long, but
no. Well,
she's had more than 2. She's probably at 3.
Well, what is your take on her, the way she is now, and what do you think she can improve on?
I mean, I enjoy working with Izzy. I think we have a good time. I've been impressed. I don't have anything negative to say about her.
No, it's never anything really negative per se. It's just like sometimes we get in the ring with certain people, and there's, including myself, I'm sure, even when I was working, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff I could really work on too. Did you while you're in there, did you pick out things for her that she might need to work on?
I don't think so. From the interaction we've had, I did feel like we actually had chemistry.
Okay.
So
and that's rare. That's really rare when we can find a dance partner where you and that individual can have a great chemistry. Because a lot of times they say the ones that make it big, the ones that have the best matches are pretty much like really good friends. And then you get that chemistry, you gel, and then you get those. Once you gel a certain way, you're constantly getting booked together. You're making that money, and you know, and things are good.
I will say I feel like I've known her a lot longer than I have. So, um, she's cool to travel with. She's cool to be in the ring with. I would love to take her with me to some deathmatch shows if she's interested, but that's her choice.
Hey,
I do think
I
she enjoyed the hardcore stuff the other weekend. So,
Look,
we'll
I've
see.
been getting people are trying to pull me into the death matches right now. I'm trying to. I don't know why, and you can ask Brock. This is his fault. This was me and his brainchild about getting a table made out of actual Legos.
Oh,
Now, let me just say, if anybody watches Lego Masters, I was at the Lego Fest, Brick Fest, and I actually talked to 3 of the Lego Masters for the TV show. 2 of them are now on board to not only just make me a table, but also make me a ladder out of Legos and a goddamn chair.
okay.
Now, unfortunately, we all know Brock can't wrestle right now. He's not going to be wrestling. So now I got to find me an opponent.
Oh, I got you, Dennis.
Idea. Oh, I already know. See, I already saw that look. You're like, I'm in.
I'm totally in.
Like, you understand how... Like,
you see where I'm pointing. You see where I'm pointing.
No, I'm not picking Mikey. No. Mikey, I love you, but you die. Like, I don't know why I had that brainchild, and neither I still understand how Brock and me thought this would be a great idea. Like, that's what we need to do. And now I'm full-fledged on making this happen. And the best part is half this stuff I'm not even going to have to pay for. The Lego Masters are like, we will do it for free as long as you are letting us be there and we can promote the hell out of it. First off, yes. I was like, absolutely. But it's going to hurt like a son of a bitch. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it
like,
is.
Legit, this is like a legit table made out of Legos, thousands of pieces. And the ladder, I think, will be the coolest. And I think the chair will probably be the scariest.
Now, Rebecca, is there any particular matches that you have not yet been a part of, but you're dying, your mouth is watering to get involved?
Yes, definitely a barefoot death match. And like I said, I'm like half on that. Half of me wants to do it, half of me doesn't want to do it.
But
that's kind of one that I've always
just you saying it.
Oh,
Oh,
we lost Rebecca.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. One way or another, we're gonna have to find her
and get you.
Oh, there she is. She's back. Let's bring her back in.
I don't know what happened.
I
don't know if that was my internet connection.
You ain't got a phone. You probably hit something with your finger. You ain't got to. Yeah. It's all right.
It just kind of kicked out.
Blame it on the internet. That's what we all do. Bad connection.
All right.
All right. Now, from your current state in wrestling, in the wacky world, where do you see yourself going in the next 5-10 years?
Gosh, honestly, I want to do as many deathmatch tournaments as I can at this point.
Would your goal be to go over to Japan?
I would love to go to Japan, absolutely. I've actually wanted to go to Japan for a long time. So Japan, I'd like to wrestle in Puerto Rico. I'd like to wrestle in Mexico.
See, Mexico, Canada. I could probably help you with the Mexico one.
Get you those contacts.
Yes.
One of the guys I know up here, his uncle runs wrestling school as well as runs shows down in Mexico as well. So we can probably I can probably get a hold of him and see what he says. And me and Dennis knows a particular friend out in Puerto Rico.
Well, I already have my connection in
okay.
Mexico.
All right. And as far as Japan goes, you might have to do the footwork on that one, honey. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
You know who I could honestly say I would love to see you face in a hardcore match would be Suzuki.
ooh. After he's doing
You
all
cut
these,
out again. My connection must be terrible. I'm sorry.
Between you versus Suzuki
Okay.
in a hardcore match. Like I just saw him wrestle at New Japan Pro Wrestling in Philly in a hardcore match. It's a Philly street fight, and it was amazing. But that dude does not lay up at all. Like I was cringing on his forearms, okay, and I don't cringe on forearms. I love them, but they look like they actually. He was hitting Eddie Kingston like he was trying to punch through a brick wall, and I'm like, ooh, ouch, yeah, no. But that'd be a match I would love to see you have because he is such a legend in the wrestling world. Whether it's hardcore matches or regular matches, that would be a match that would absolutely be something that you could only get to have one time in your lifetime is with him.
now have you ever competed in the Cage of Death?
Have I ever competed? What?
In the Cage of Death.
I have not.
I thought that would have been one of the ones you probably would have worked on before.
No.
You have worked for CCW, right?
Actually, I have not.
Really? I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Like, I was so sure you would have already.
No, surprisingly, no.
What the guy with the pencil don't care for you too much, or you just never cross paths with them?
I just never crossed paths.
Okay, all right.
I believe they're starting back up, so I guess we'll see where that goes.
Well, there's a lot of other opportunities out there. There's a lot of people out there who wants Rebecca Payne to come in there and put her foot down someone's throat, and especially if you have the tip of your foot wrapped in fucking barbed wire or thumbtacks or whatever. Yeah, just put it right down their throat. It'd be all right. They'll live, I think.
Hopefully, right.
Do you see yourself open up a school for female talent for yourself?
I don't know. I don't see myself on that level at this point.
No.
No.
For the years of
Maybe.
experience you have, it seems like only right, like plus with all the connections you have, you start your own females promotion as well too.
Gosh, I mean, that could be a possibility in the future.
Well, think about it. I know a guy who might hook you up. What's his name? Rob Noxious, I think. He might try to help you out there. You get the women's division. The women's division of CCW. So, now, this is a part that might make you kind of squeamish. We might have you shaking in your little space boots. Your hair might change color again after how many colors, I don't know how many you had. A certain individual here has these cards. A deck of cards.
Okay.
Dennis, will you take it away, sir?
All right, so they're called it's a podcast cards. This deck I picked out is the What the F deck. They're not really that grimy, or there's some raunchy ones that I left out. They're a little, I would say, too personal to do on the air, or to ask. Like, I'm not going to push. I don't want to push those boundaries or step over those lines. I do have a lot of respect for you, and personal things need to stay personal, and to you. So I took those cards out, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 cards. We did this the last one time with a gentleman named Jay Batista. And these are awesome. So,
all right,
you have to pick between the number 1 and 5, and whatever number you pick is the card I'm going to take out.
3.
All right. First question out of the What the F. If you personalize your car's license plate, what would the plate say?
I like it rough.
Oh man.
No comment.
Oh, it was.
We'll
I
say that for
wasn't
the chat room.
See, and you took those cards out now.
We'll say that for the chat room. We're gonna wait till Pat puts the wife and kids to bed, and and then we'll give him a heart attack.
Mikey, I gotta have Mikey answer this question too. Mikey, you gotta answer the same question. I gotta hear this one.
Oh shit.
Oh jeez. God.
That's what she said.
Well, there you go. That's what she said.
Oh my god.
Steal license plate. That's stealing is wrong. Kids do not steal. It's illegal. All right. I'm not asking Tio because the shit that probably comes off his head is just not. No, we don't need to know. All right. So
the fucked up jokes in my head are not coming to mind right now, like normal. So otherwise, I would have gave you a really, really twisted answer.
If I answer any of these questions Dennis has for the next show, I might have to make another statement in the beginning of the show.
Yes, we don't need that. We really don't. All right. That was a long day today with that. All right. So now we have 4 left. So pick between 1 and 4.
2.
This one I actually I picked this one out personally because I need to know this answer.
Oh god.
Have you ever done something unbelievable only to have no one around to see it?
Ooh.
See? That's why I picked this card because it's a really good question.
I mean, I looked for my car keys while they were in the ignition and the car was running.
I think we've all done that one.
That's like unbelievable on the other end of the spectrum, but
or like having your sunglasses on your head and you're looking around for your sunglasses, or you're on the phone for someone and going, "Hey, I'm trying to give me 1 minute. I'm trying to find my phone." Dude, you're on your phone.
Those I had. I did do those experiences. While Dennis is getting the next question queued up for her, just to let everyone know, the comment and question line of the chat room is open. So while he's doing that, if you are thinking of any questions you would like to ask Rebecca Payne, you can please type them in and we'll see if we can get any answers out of her. If not, tough titty said to kitty, but the milk's still good.
She'll never say that again.
Damn, I gotta.
No.
Damn, I gotta do another statement now.
Never again. Just never say that again. That was probably the corniest, cheesiest, most ridiculous thing I've ever heard come out your mouth. Besides you trying to act white, that's pretty bad.
Nah, that was from Kiefer Sutherland when he was in that one movie.
I know what it is. I just didn't think you would actually say something. All right, so we got 3 left. 1 through 3.
Number 1.
All right. This is another good one. What type of contest do you think would be fun for you to judge?
Ooh. Let's see. To keep it PG, I'm just going to say I'd like to judge a pickle eating contest just because I like pickles.
And then the winner gets it smashed over their head.
Right.
I'm just
the winner
saying.
Gets the jar smashed over.
Yeah, so you gotta add a little hardcore deathmatch twist to it.
Well, why not?
Smash the pickle jar over their head.
And they only get the trophy if they get back up. If they don't,
exactly,
they don't get the trophy.
Then the trophy's mine.
Exactly. I was about to say that. You get to keep it. All right, so we got 2 left.
All right, go with number 1.
This one was a little. I didn't know if I was going to ask this one, but I'm asking it. What's the strangest skeleton you've ever discovered in someone's closet?
Oh God.
Now, are we talking about a real skeleton?
Yeah, that's
or...
No, like one of those like.
Who knows?
Someone told you something that you just were like, "What the f?"
So I'm not gonna name names, but there's a certain someone that likes to be peed on.
Jamal.
All right,
Likes the golden shower.
Look, I'm not going there. That Jamal, that was Chio, the guy below me. That was all him with that comment.
Jamal.
I gotta ask: is this someone that I know? Is this someone that me and Chio both know?
Yes.
Damn, that does narrow it down to nobody that I have any ideas of.
Shit, who?
There's a lot of people that we all know that he knows. Like that's way too many guesses.
I can't.
Like I'm pretty sure between all three of us, we probably know at least 1,000 people in common.
Yep. So you'll never guess.
In the business, not even outside, in the business.
Well, hold up. I seen a comment he made earlier, and she mentioned something about being peed on, but this individual said this earlier. Go.
Oh my god.
Hey, I'm just putting 2 and 2 together. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, forget about it.
I don't know. Nope. I don't know. Don't know. No.
He's gonna hate us. He's gonna hate us.
I'm gonna say this, Pat. I'm sorry. You can find me later. Jamal's gonna fuck you up, Chio. Just saying. And I'm gonna be the one filming it and doing the play-by-play of watching you get your ass kicked. Well worth it.
He ain't gonna do shit to me. You know why? I'll just pee on him.
Oh man.
So foul. All right, so the last card in my hand. What is the scariest sound you could hear in the middle of the night?
Gunshots? Yeah, gunshots, I guess.
She kept it PG, folks. She kept it PG.
I did.
To me, honestly, I'm gonna answer my own question. I would say the scariest thing to hear in the middle of the night is a loved one or someone choking while you're sleeping. Because I've woken up to that, to where it was pretty fucking. I won't lie, scariest moment in my life. But luckily, he's good, because I know first aid and CPR and weird medical fucking things. God darn it, Pat, find me again. Like, because of being a firefighter and learning things from EMS stuff, like, I'll say it, I thought my dad had a heart attack in his wheelchair. Woke up to him literally snoring in the living room. And I knew it. He couldn't breathe, so I laid him on the floor, picked him up out of his wheelchair, and he started to be able to breathe. Weirdest thing in the world. That sound will haunt me the rest of my life, without a doubt. There's sounds that will haunt me for the rest of my life from EMS stuff, but I know things that I should not know as a human being at all. But they come in handy sometimes. They really do. But
now, Rebecca, we're almost at pretty much the 45-minute mark.
All right.
Do you have any .com or what your social medias are where people can get out online on any kind of social media to check you out, to see where you're going to be upcoming, any events?
Yes, I'm just on Facebook under Rebecca Payne. I don't really use Instagram and Twitter as much as I should, but I am on both of those. I just don't know what exactly it's under. As far as upcoming shows, though, I do have November 5th, 6th, and 7th. I'll be out at IWA Mid-South again. So it's actually Friday night, the 5th, is Southern Sickness versus King of the Death match. So I'm wrestling Satu Jin that night. Saturday afternoon is the 2021 Queen of the Death matches. Saturday evening is the finals of King of the Death match versus Southern Sickness. And then Sunday afternoon is the mixed tag double Dutch death match tournament. So
Double Dutch. What?
yes,
I'm
never
intrigued with
heard.
that. You gotta. I need to know what this
Wait.
is about. I'm intrigued.
Oh, I got one question. Will
Okay.
these be aired on IWTV? Do we know?
I don't believe Ian streams. I think he just does the DVDs through SmartMark.
Okay.
Everything's up on SmartMark, usually a day or two after the shows.
Okay. So, people, if you want to get any footage besides looking online, you can probably, I guess, you can go to smartmarkvideo.com and probably Google her name in the search thing, and it might pop up which DVDs or VHS, if you still have a VCR out there, people, of which video footage that you can buy, purchase, and sit home and watch.
I know King of the Death match from this year is up now, as well as the IWA 25th anniversary show. So both of those were recent shows that I was on for him. And they're available on SmartMark.
Yeah, like I said, people, check out smartmarkvideo.com. I don't know if they have promo codes, but you can try to use Rebecca Payne's as a thing, see if they give you a discount. Hey, she sent me whatever. Hey,
especially if you're into death matches. There you go.
Yeah. So, Rebecca, do you have any final words for the viewers? Because if right now we had more people in the room. We have 4 now who are in the room watching, but people can go back and watch the replays, or they watch us later on, if they ain't watching this now. Do you have any comments or anything enlightenment or anything you just want to say to the people out there watching?
I don't think so. I'm boring, I guess.
You're not boring.
No.
The Queen of Death matches.
Thing is, she's a badass. She's definitely a badass.
Oh yeah.
The fact of the matter is, she does her talking with her hands. That's right. She knows sign language with her hands, and she'll show you real quick whether they have thumbtacks attached to it, a barbed wire bat, or it's just a straight foot in your ass. So,
and she's not going to take you out to dinner first before she.
Oh hell no! There's no dinner.
Like, I'm just going to call you out on it because I know how you play when it comes to this business. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. There's no dinner. There's no lube.
The only steak,
gonna take her foot and shove it up your bunghole.
The only steak anyone's gonna get is a steak to cover that eye when she busts it up. So, Rebecca, thank you for coming on. We love you so dearly. We see you all the time. I'm still gonna be like that father figure and taunt you and wave my finger. Please, girl, please take care of yourself. I'm gonna baby you every time I see you. You know that. So and then you have a locker room full of big brothers around too. That's always gonna have your back and love you as much as we do. And when you go out and do these death matches, you kick some fucking ass and bring home the crown, baby. All right.
Thank you. I will.
You make us proud. We love you. And thank you for coming on. And hopefully everyone plus us will see you at the matches.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you again. Bye.
Bye.
Peace.
Peace. That was awesome.
I knew I was going to enjoy tonight's episode, no lie. Like, Cheryl, me and you've known Rebecca longer than I have, but I've known her since I broke in, and she is one of the ladies in the business that people don't take serious, and they should. Oh God, I gotta fix my camera.
Yeah. No, it's all right. I'll fix this.
And they should, because she puts so much blood, sweat, and tears in this. And I don't mean just say that.
Hey,
for
hey,
shit.
I gotta say something. You ever seen Patrick from SpongeBob and Patrick in real life?
What do you mean?
Like
Oh,
this.
God.
Like this.
Shut up, dude.
Look, Patrick.
That's so not nice, okay?
I put you on because you were just. I seen you in the green room and you were standing there dancing. You were
I just did my
jiggling.
little shimmy shake, dude.
Exactly, your shuffle. You did your little shuffle. I'm like,
Look.
first thing I said was Patrick.
Look, I'm double dipping right now. Like we're live on air, and I'm watching the Flyers, and we just scored. We're up 1-0.
Yeah, dude, Coots, baby.
Yes.
Woo! And I'm not watching the game, so I don't care.
Well, I didn't
Well,
know
I
the
feel
game.
like, you
I
know,
totally forgot that we were playing tonight. I thought they had a night off until tomorrow. I was
Yeah,
mistaken.
I thought they did too, and then I looked at the schedule. I was like, oh yeah, that's right, Vancouver tonight. That's weird. But since we did have the Queen of Death matches on, I felt it only appropriate to break out the guns. Oh, lost it here, son.
So
we got a late question here,
I
fellas.
know, yeah, it just popped.
Oh,
After she
jeez.
leaves, he puts the question up. So, Austin, who is the stiffest person you worked? We're gonna give you that
Yeah.
question because I'm sure it was.
This is very interesting.
I have 3 people I could choose: Pat, CJ, Travis, and it's probably gonna be Pat. Nah, I would have to say CJ because one of the worst spots I ever had to take was a sidewalk slam spot and it knocked all the wind out of me.
Okay, gentlemen.
CJ wrestled. CJ wrestled.
You're talking about CJ? Guys, what I think. Stop making fun of me. I'm gonna give you my voice chat in the chat room, guys. Okay. So what's going on? I think Bray Wyatt's gonna sign back with WWE and he's gonna form a team with Gangrel and like shit. But gentlemen, the world of wrestling has been getting turned on its head recently within this day's time. We've seen a lot of stuff going on between last week and this week. One particular thing that got thrown out there today was it yesterday? Was the fact that with Ring of Honor, their last show will be Final Battle, and by the end of the year, all the contracts will be expired, and the talent can go wherever they seem fit. Apparently, AEW, with Tony Khan behind and all that, they have their eyes on a bunch of people, such as some say they're already signed, like they already had the it's already penciled. Some people are saying, your sources, whatever we have, we don't know if they're 100% accurate or not, but some are saying Jay Lethal, Danhausen, the Briscoe brothers, and that's just to name a few that are signed with AEW. That's supposedly. So, guys, thoughts on ROH, taking a small hiatus for the first quarter of the year? They're supposed to return back in April. And I'm telling you all this without a notebook in front of me with written down notes. So,
look, it was a long time coming. I'm gonna say that. People can hate me for it. I'm gonna be honest and upfront. It was a long time coming. The product was good. It wasn't as great as it used to be, okay? And here's why. And this is the God honest truth. All these guys had these big ass heads and thought they were worth a lot of goddamn. And you're damn right I was eating on the podcast because I was hungry and I worked all day and I forgot that I had to eat. And the podcast started. So my chicken parmesan's been sitting next to my face and like, hey, eat me, please. So I did.
Well, Cliff, that's what we That's what we seem to do here on the podcast quite
We
frequently.
eat food and talk shit.
Yeah. We actually, we eat, we drink whatever we have in front of us, and we just go.
But no, so again, a lot of these talents, besides like some that have stayed in ROH, get these big heads that think they're worth all these dollars, and I'm sorry, they're not. And then some of them have left and gone to bigger companies and haven't really done much back for the company that put them on the spotlight. Like, no offense, if you think about it, the Young Bucks, Adam Cole, the list goes on. All these guys that are no longer with WWE that can work other places, they're not going back to their home that really honestly put them on the map. And that hurts. So what they're doing is they're giving their contracts they're still in their contract technically. I read the whole article, but they're giving up the contract to where they can't work anywhere else without ROH's permission. So now they have the freedom to do whatever as well as work for ROH. So you know what it really comes down to is like, hey, we're gonna be doing an event then. You guys on or you guys not on? ROH is going to pay more money than any indie show is going to be out there, unless you charge them buku money like some people do. But it's been a long time coming. The pandemic killed them. Like that cost them a lot of money for doing their tapings and the hotels. Like when I say they were quarantined in New York, they were quarantined. Like some of the towns that I know said they had to stay in a hotel for a full week, then do their taping for a week, and then they could go home. Before they could go back into the taping, they had to quarantine back in a hotel again for another week. So, like, if you think about it, you're only doing events live on the internet and those, and you have no fans, which is your major income. That's gonna bankrupt you. Like, I'm sorry, you're not WWE, you're not AEW, you're not Impact that has a shit ton of money. You're a low level intern company in the eyes of some people. I think you're a bigger company, but in the eyes of some fans, they're ROH and nobodies. They're just, nonchalant.
Now, going off of what you're saying, when you're saying about ROH being a bigger company, but intern company, that's how a lot of people, I'm going to say, they looked at ECW the same way back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
They wasn't as big as WWF, WCW, even the NWA fell off the wagon, and they were considered a mom and pops type top indie per profession, and not one mainstream anymore. So one of the names that I'm surprised that was not mentioned in any of the articles, is a friend of ours, Dennis, and that's Deppen. I'm surprised nobody mentioned him with the eyes on him with all the stuff he's been doing.
Look, Deppen's name's been everywhere.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, I haven't seen any mention of him from even have eyes from ROH. I'm kind of surprised at that. I mean, as far as AEW.
Oh dear God, there's someone in the chat we don't want on the show. Private chat. Private chat. Here's the thing, and this is not a shot or being a disrespect the Tony Deppen. I have nothing but respect for this man because he has busted his ass to get to ROH, and he's earned it. But he's Tony Deppen, okay? He's not a Jay Lethal. He's not a Briscoe's brother. He's not a Homicide. He's none of them, okay? That's why you haven't heard his name on there, because he's a... If you look at the roster, you have the top guys, and then you have the lower level guys. He's in between the middle and the bottom, okay? And I love Deppen. He's a talented, hardworking, professional wrestler. I'm not going to call him an entertainer. He is a professional effing wrestler. Okay, I hate the word entertainer. I can't stand that word. That's why I'll probably know. That's why I'll never. And I get asked, "Oh, you're a professional wrestler. You're an entertainer." No, I'm a professional wrestler. Get it right. And that's what Tony Deppen is. He is a technical professional wrestler that I wish more people would talk about him. I really do. And I know you believe that, Chio.
Well, you know what? There is a lot of guys out there who I believe that are not getting the recognition that they are just due. They're working all these indie shows, but they're not getting the credit. They're not getting the magazine time. They're not getting the certain spotlight like some of these internet darlings get. And it kind of ticks me off where I see these guys busting their ass and they're just getting looked over, you know. But besides the ROH stuff, a lot of stuff is going down as far as like even what's going on with Charlotte Flair now.
Yeah, I was gonna say with Charlotte and Becky backstage.
Well, it's not even that. It's like, is she trying on purpose to get out of her contract? What's up?
Well, yeah, I heard there's a lot of people pushing for her to get out of it. So.
Well, there was also a rumor that she was going to go down and, hang out with her husband or fiance, I should say.
No, it's not a rumor. There's photos of her at an AEW event. Who gives a fuck? Again, I'm sorry, Pat. This is where the filter comes off. Unfortunately, I'm sorry if your kids are listening. I'm so sick and tired of you can't go watch your significant other wrestle on the other show. Like, to anybody that has, if you're in the WWE and you're in the head honcho spot, get over yourself. Like, yes, you own the wrestler gets to, you own what they get to do, but their personal lives, you have no control over it. Okay, if they want to go watch their husband or wives wrestle, let them go do it. Apparently,
I agree.
I need a vote here, gentlemen, between the four of us.
Put them on the show. Just put them on the show.
Yeah, okay, you know where I was getting at.
I know. If we don't, he's gonna have to go cry to his wife because she's the only one that's able to calm him down.
And then he's gonna post in the chat room, guys, we gotta have a meeting.
Again, she's going to be willing to fight us all.
But no,
the body slams guys are picking on me. What the?
Oh well, look who it is.
Hey, look, it's the knob gobbler.
The gobbler himself.
But realistically,
what's up, boys?
That's the issue right now. A lot of workers are mad that she went to go watch her husband, but no one gave a crap.
Stupid. Why get mad?
No one cared when Adam Cole would do that for Britt Baker.
Oh, that's what I was about to get to before you said anything. Adam Cole posted how many times that he was at AEW events at private parties with his wife, and no one batted an eye. You know why? Because he was a goddamn guy. He wasn't a female. And if you don't believe me,
on top of that, no.
I'm
one of the main stars. He was one of the main stars who wasn't on the main roster.
But he was a main star. That's the thing. Yeah. He's a main star. Yeah, he was the main star on NXT. And no one batted an eye because he did it. Because he is Adam Cole. He's a male figure. But as soon as a female does it, okay, it's a big uh-oh in the locker room. Go screw yourselves with your macho man bullshit.
Thing is with me though, right? Like I'm agreeing with Dennis is that like they're both equally to me, if not maybe Flair has the bigger name, is the bigger name of the company. That maybe that's why they're giving her such a harder time about it. And plus, Vince doesn't like, her being around. They don't want that name being around AEW. It's bad enough they got the Rose's name around AEW. So you're pretty much taking a wrestling industry icon name and putting it over there. So another, legend like the Flairs. Like the Flairs will be over with AEW. They're losing pieces by pieces. Granted, like to me, what I'm watching, and I know this is totally off the rails here, but when I watch the Brock, like the only thing they really got going for them is this whole Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns feud. That's it. That's their whole golden ticket right there. The storyline's great, yada yada yada. But after that, what do they really have? I mean, the storylines, the running is all horrible. This is all about Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar for probably the next few months. So, but that's like I said, that's all another topic.
If I may,
I'm sorry, Austin. I was trying to reach down and grab a pizza from you.
Here we go, dude. Got you. Here comes.
Where's the pizza?
Throw it up. Almost.
There it is. There you go.
It slipped. It slipped. Oh,
Listen,
shit.
I got it now. One for me.
If Gio would have pulled a slice of pizza out from his screen, I
That would have been so good.
I would have died.
That would have been awesome, though.
But no,
we
I
have to work something like that for next show.
I agree with Pat, 100%. Like,
Yeah,
I get it. It's
agree
a
too.
name. It's a name. But what Vince doesn't understand is Charlotte Flair owns all of her names and catchphrases. Vince owns none of it. He has no copyrights and no trademarks to it. All of it is her. So if Vince pisses this away, the Flair.
Yeah, which is why I think they're gonna kiss her ass eventually and be like, oh, you know what, and square things away so she doesn't run off to AEW. Because, like Pat said, that's a big name going over, and like you said, it's her own name. They can't steal it, so yeah, they better patch that shit up.
Well, no. Ashley Flair's her real name, not Charlotte.
Right.
But she trademarked Charlotte. She's trademarked Ashley Flair. She's trademarked a bunch of other catchphrases that Vince didn't get to.
I'm just dropping it.
But the thing I want to get into is why is what did I see that Selena Deville lady girl, the chick, she wanted to fight Charlotte Flair in the back. So you're pretty much, Flair's pretty much has to stay away from one, from Raw or SmackDown. The only way you bring Charlotte is to have her work in next.
What was the name you mentioned? Did
Selena
you say?
Deville. I don't. Like I said, I butcher names. Right.
You don't know the workers' names of WWE?
Dude, I've been out of that game for. I only know Indian names.
Where's your notebook at, Pat?
Yo,
where's your notes?
Okay, listen. Hold on. All right, we're getting on. We got to stay on subject, guys. We have to stay on subject, or we're going to lose our view. The viewers will tune off. I'm sorry. The reasoning is because of the way Charlotte Flair handles the situation in the ring. Okay, I get it. You want to go off the rail, and sometimes going off script sometimes is good, but the way she handled it on Friday night with the whole dropping the belt was disrespectful. I get that they wanted Becky to hold 2 belts and make the joke of she's Becky 2 belts again, which is a shot at Charlotte Flair, which would piss me off as well if I was in Flair's shoes. But I also think it's that Flair's tired of having the championship. She doesn't want the goddamn thing. You can see it in her eyes. She can give 2 shits about this title. And that's the problem. Vince wants to shove down people's throats, Charlotte Flair and John Cena's and the Roman Reigns and the Brock Lesnar's and the Usos and this and that and this and that when no one cares sometimes. Stop shoving them down the fans' throats, and maybe they'd care. The real fans would care if you stopped shoving them down. Why do you think John Cena was the most hated guy in the wrestling business? Because he was shoved down our throat. Kurt Angle was shoved down our throats after a while, and people started chanting, "You actually suck," which he is the most amazing wrestler in the business. No one's ever been able to touch his shoes.
Yeah, go back to the Cena thing. Like, I hear Cena from many people is like the most humble guy you can meet in a locker room, like the nicest dude. Now, granted, that was Vinny's boy, and Vinny loved him. But like I said, I can't really say anything bad about Cena. From what I hear from a lot of people, he's like the nicest guy you can be around. Like, he's very humble. Like from the Matt Strikers, like a lot of people say, like he's like the nicest dude you can meet. Like he does. Go ahead.
I've asked Matt Striker the same question when I worked at ACPW when he was there. I asked, favorite guys to work in the locker room with and hang out with, and he said number 1, John Cena. He goes, that guy shows up at 5:30 to the arena, gets the land of the layout, find out where the locker rooms is, where's this and that, goes and works out for 3 hours at a gym, comes back, does what is needed, works on his stuff, helps the younger guys get better, and then does his stick in the ring and comes back. And when he told me this next part, my mind was blown. He goes, he doesn't sit with Vince after his match. He sits with the younger guys. He takes a couple of them that are very new, and sits at a TV with them and explains why people do what they do and why they had to do it this way.
Wow.
Wow.
Here's my thing. I have no hate for John Cena. I actually enjoyed all of his work. Everybody's like, oh, he has the 5 moves of doom. Well,
That's
unfortunately,
fine.
the reason wrestling isn't the way it is now, and these guys can wrestle a lot longer, is because of the 5 moves. You know?
But I mean,
That's
shift
like
gears
the
here.
Hogan. That's like with Hogan. He kept it simple. He
Mhm.
punch.
Yeah.
He hawked up. He big boot, leg
Mhm.
drop. It was and they made money.
And I'm
They
pretty
made
sure
money. They showed they sold merchandise,
Yeah.
and they didn't have to prove they were a great wrestler out there.
I'm pretty sure you guys could vouch this too. But I mean, if you ever worked with Patch will tell you the same thing. And Patch to me is like one of the coolest dudes you meet. But like hanging with Patch, like he told me, like, Pat, I only got 3 moves I do. And that's it. I said, yeah. And he said, yeah. The rest is punch kicking and running my mouth. It's that easy.
Look, I
So-
have 5 moves. I have 5. One of them is running my mouth like there's no tomorrow.
Yes.
Like it just you guys see how I am on the show. I run my mouth like and I don't care who I offend. Like our private chats on Facebook, I have the first things out of my mouth. I know what I'm about to say is gonna probably piss people off, but I just don't give a crap.
No,
Hey, you let them know
for
from the
me-
door.
That way.
You let them know right from the door. It's going to piss you off, but here it
for
goes.
me, for me, for you, it's not what you might say. It's the length of time that you say it when you run your mouth. I'm like, will he shut the fuck up already?
I'm sorry. That Facebook Messenger only allows you to record for 1 minute. Let me just say, it took me 20 minutes to record those 1-minute messages because I kept goddamn coughing, or
And you
someone
get-
cut me off on the highway and I'm cursing, and I'm like, I can't yell at them. I'm not yelling at these. God damn it! It just happens. But
and those long conversations come from a certain person who likes to talk really long.
Pat,
And I start at 7:00 in the morning.
just
Dick.
so I gotta make this. I gotta say it on the air. I wanted to say before the show. Wrestling did lose a true legend in the wrestling business today. That we all know of. Well, I know the 3 of us have known him. It's Tom
Casati.
Casati. I never could pronounce his last name properly, even when I hung out with him. He was also known as Royce Prophet. Unfortunately, he passed away today. A lot of great guys that I've known that in this business, like Tom Brandy, Sal Sincere, all knew him. So to Tom's family, I'm very sorry for your loss. To anybody that was friends with him, I'm sorry. Hopefully, if you guys need to reach out, message me, talk, whatever. I'm here. That was a big hit to the business today. Big hit, in my opinion.
He been around for many years. I got to see him when I broke into the business. So yeah, just to hear him and you hear the stories of when the time the headbangers, like, you see he has a ponytail. It took a while for it to get back to normal, because apparently years ago, I guess why he was sleeping in a hotel room, the headbangers decided to take super glue and glue his ponytail together. So it kind of like stayed stuck like that until it started growing, and or however he got it washed out or how long it took.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one of the big things, stories that I always hear about. That's one of them.
Yeah. Like, when Tom Brady posted it, I was like, huh? Like, I was like, hey, like, there's deaths that don't catch me off guard and don't surprise me. That was one of those that, wow, okay. Like, and I've met Tom multiple times through events that I've been at or autographs events, and he was always kind, respectful, awesome to chat with. Always was about the fans. Like, But yeah, I know. Like usually, I know we do a bell thing and stuff, but that's not his type of thing. He was a carny day in and day out from day one till today. So again, rest in peace, Tom. But yeah, back to what we were talking about, wrestling.
Well, WWE had their free per-view Halloween Havoc that just passed. So one of the picks, well, actually, hold up. One of the things that we all agreed on, which I was trying to pick the opposite, but we all agreed on if Toxic Attraction goes over for the tag titles, Mandy Rose is definitely going over. We all said that. But
Yeah.
I was hoping Indy and
Yes, we
Persia
did.
would. I was actually rooting for Indy and Persia to go over and Raquel to go over in those ladies matches there. So
I thought for a minute, like because they gave Raquel like that special entrance, like coming in on the motorcycle, and I'm like, okay, maybe this isn't Mandy's time. Maybe Raquel's going to keep it just a little longer, and then
now,
I saw I was wrong.
Mikey, I got a question for the rest of the guys. Did any of yous watch it?
I won't
Yes,
lie.
I
did not watch it. First off, I had stuff planned with my girl.
Okay, so the only ones who could really comment is just me, Mikey, and Pat. It's like, yes, I did.
Well, it's okay because look, as much as I want to keep talking on the show for the night, I do got to dip out because I do have to. Well, listen, let me explain how bad this week's been. My company over the weekend, as you guys saw in the chat, got broken. 9 out of our 12 vans were broken into. So this whole week has been a shit show.
Ooh.
And when I say our first day on Monday morning, we went to Home Depot, 5 of us, and we spent $14,000 on all brand new tools. I mean that. Like we've been driving our trucks home because the camera system's not up yet, and the windows aren't fixed yet. So we have plexiglass covering our windows right now. So it's been literally the week of hell, and and then on top of what happened today, that was just the icing on the cake for me. But I got to be in early tomorrow to get ready for my big job, and I'm tired. So, but gentlemen,
I'm glad today I ain't got to get up early because the first 3 days this week I was up at 4 a.m. and I'm like, no, I can't do this bullshit. I need to go back to my regular schedule. So I'm glad I'm not getting up at 4 tomorrow. So,
but it's okay because you got Austin to take over for me while I step out. So you have Austin. Austin's my replacement.
Yeah.
High five. Hold on.
I'm the other beard.
Hold on. We're gonna high five like this. Come on.
Get up there, Austin. There you go.
There we go. Okay. See that?
No, put your hand down. They're not asking you for a high five.
No. I was not.
You stay over there.
Hold on.
That
guy.
Pick his nose. All right, Dennis. Well, you have a good night, and don't get your truck broken into again.
I swear. Well, listen, someone tries to break in my truck here. First off, they have an AK, an AR-15 fully loaded, and a couple 9mm. So the truck will have some new decals permanently.
Just whatever you do not shoot him in the face. You have a good night, Dennis. So, gentlemen, back to Halloween Havoc. One of the teams that I really had my heart to win, and that was Imperium, taking the NXT tag team titles away from.
And you were correct.
MSK. I am a
great ladder match.
I am a Imperium mark. No, it was not a ladder.
You know what? Well, as I was watching the match, I'm like, I think Gio's going to be right.
The ladder match was the females tag team titles, where Io Shirai got pushed off the top by Indy, and as soon as she hit that ladder, hit the floor, you seen the look on Indy's face. Now we're gonna jump around here because Pat screwed it up and called the Imperium match a ladder match. Thanks, Pat. Good job.
That was not a ladder match.
Yeah.
The first match was a
that,
ladder
yeah,
match.
that's I
You
was,
got to take Pat, man. You gotta have your blue check mark notebook in front of you to make sure you have everything. That's why I comment and say I'll get my grandson to color with my 1-year-old grandson to color on the notebook for
Shots
me
fired.
just so I can look professional with my notebook and not my phone. But at least the difference is I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Right.
And no blue check mark needed. The only blue shit
Is
this live on Twitter?
I don't give a fuck. No, we're
it's
not.
I want to retweet it out. That's why.
I'll go and tweet. I'll just tweet.
Just add them immediately.
So
I
yeah,
wish I had my computer right now. I'd
Okay.
clip it and put it out on Twitter and tag them.
Let's talk about the program.
So yeah, it was a hell of a match. I loved it from top to bottom. You know, it like MSK hands down. They brought the fight. Those guys, these young kids can move. But I love watching Imperium. They have that classic European style, very hard, very technical, and that's what I like. I like that technical style, that European style. Guys who can transition nicely, and they don't have to fly around and do all these fancy shit. And that's why Imperium was my pick. Gentlemen.
Yeah, I'm sure Walter. I'm sure Walter was watching. I'm sure he's happy to see Imperium take those titles.
Oh, most definitely. I would like to. I don't know what the status of with the UK guys are now, because since Walter was part of the UK division of NXT,
Right?
And now a lot of them, they're not even working NXT UK over here. Now a lot of the guys are working for Trent Severin's company over there in NXT UK. Oh, I mean not, but for the UK over there.
First of all, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I gotta give a major shout out to one DJ Hyde, because DJ Hyde.
Who?
I say you're not a fan.
Never heard. Oh, it's a fan. Okay.
Good old DJ Hyde. I gotta give him his credit, because in 2008 I watched 3 kids. Well, one I told you, knew about Drew Gulak, but seeing Adam Cole and Joe Gacy come on the scene, again, we're all in this business, been in for a few years. You'd see a couple of green guys, you're like, let's see what what happens with these kids. And my God, to see where Adam Cole is and Joe Casey is right now, it's like, wow. And like I said, seeing Joe Casey is like your typical heavyset kid. I thought, whatever, he's your normal blue collar kid. But man, to see him blow up onto the main stage, it's just like, wow. Like, I'm watching since I'd seen him as a greening come through, and I was just like, I've been blown away. Like, working with him,
Gacy kind of reminds people right now of Kevin Owens.
Yeah, I mean, I worked with him on CZW at ACPW, and like I said, another nice kid, and it's just amazing to see where his career has now launched into this atmosphere of Nexus. And same thing with Adam Cole. Again, you've been in the same locker room with Adam Cole, nicest guy in the world, and just to see those guys blow up. But no, back to the card here. Like, I was really intrigued by the opening match, the ladder match. The women really put on a showcase yesterday, and I was blown apart. The triple threat tag team ladies match, and I was really intrigued about what I saw last night, from move spot to spot. And I'm usually not a spot guy, but those girls put on a clinic yesterday to open up the show. Really, they set the tone.
Now,
or as Jim Ross would say, a hellacious match.
Yeah, they set the tone yesterday, and it was great.
You know what's funny? A lot of people were hyping up the fact of Bronson Steiner, Braun Breaker. People were so hyped at it, thinking, "Oh, he's gonna take the title. They're gonna pass the torch, to the younger guys, this and
No.
that." I'm like, no, he's too
Green.
fresh. He don't have enough experience yet. Ciampa's gonna hold
Right. We
on
were
to
all
Uncle.
even saying that. We were saying it's too early, and
I mean,
I mean,
He's a hell of a worker. I'll tell you that right
Yeah.
now, though. Bronson.
he reminds me a lot of his dad. Definitely a lot of his dad and his uncle.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Both his dad and his uncle.
and it's amazing, like how he translated it from college football to the pros, like that. I guess it's obviously it's in his genes, but
Well,
still,
yeah,
it's
you
kinda,
could say you'd see it.
Well, it's kind of funny because a lot of football athletes, kind of when they get into pro wrestling, for the regiment that they go through when they're training, when they're on the field just doing their calisthenics, and everything like that. It's the same kind of stuff you gotta do in wrestling too when you're doing your training.
right? Huh.
That muscle memory movements and stuff like that, it kicks in. And especially if you're
Right.
already in shape and you're not just some slob coming in off the street like Pat,
Right.
And
I'll tell you what though. Bundy,
buffet to wrestle.
No, Bundy. As big as Bundy was, I mean, Michael was there. I mean, Bundy had me run drills. I
Yeah.
mean, sweeping leg drills, shoulder tackle drills. I mean, Bundy, like I said, for a big man, did not take it easy.
He had him sweeping a ring drill.
I didn't even recognize Chris at first when I first saw him. I'm like, he has hair. What?
Right.
I know. When I seen him with hair on him from back then, that was pretty cool. I was like, oh damn, it was a little shocking.
I asked him. I said, "God rest his soul." I asked him. I said, "When was the first time you worked Bret Hart?" And he said the first time he worked him was in Germany, believe it or not. And he said, "For a little guy, man, he likes to, he likes to hit. He likes to hit. I mean, and so, I'm pretty sure. I'm curious to know from you, but whoever, I know that we're going off topic here, but whoever you've been in the ring with, who was just, you knew you're going to feel it. You know what I mean? You knew you were going to get." Like Vinny the Fixer, for instance. I don't know if you ever worked on him, but Vinny the Fixer, you knew you were going to get hit. You knew it was going to be a tight war because he always told me, if I can't feel it, I'm not selling it. So
I worked a lot of guys where I worked tight with, but ones that I knew that were going to be really heavy hitters like throughout the match all the time.
mm-hmm.
It had to be the Gemini Trojans, the Josh and Jeremy.
Yeah, nice guys.
And one other guy by chance was Josh Daniels. I don't know if you remember him.
Right.
He kind of reminds you of Davey Richard. Well, this is before Davey Richards and them came on the scene. He was like he was looked at being like the next Dynamite Kid, the next Chris Benoit type, and he wrestled over there in 01 Japan and stuff like that. So when I had the opportunity to work with him, I was nervous. I was kind of scared shitless because I seen his regiment of training, the way he worked like those guys. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, I'm gonna work this guy. Like, but he, at the same time, he was safe. He took care of me, and then after I experienced that with him, I got more relaxed. I was able to, be more relaxed with certain guys.
Right, same with me. Like, believe it or not, Teddy Fine could hit, and I didn't think, like, I worked him down at Rebels the one day, and I was like sitting there practice with him, whatever. It's like a student, just show up, and he hit me. I was like, wow, I'm like, this dude can hit. So Teddy Fine, Onslaught, he's another one. Like, anybody who came from that ACPW training facility can hit. Corpse that was on the show the one that day, he was another guy who could like to hit. So, but back to the card at hand here, because like I said, I could tell like who looks like who can be, some guys who'd like to hit. I mean, I'm curious to know. Like, everyone says Goldberg is a guy who's a tight worker. You got to be careful working with Goldberg. He's another one who likes to hit hard, stuff like that. I don't know. Me, okay.
The one I was looking forward to the most out of all night long was the debut of Solo Sokoa. I was looking so much forward for that to see what kind of match, and it really wasn't a match though. You know,
No.
he
It
came
seemed
in.
like a quick squash match,
It
really.
wasn't even a match. He came in, he
Nah.
whooped a little ass, and then he stood in the middle of the ring and posed like he's here. You know, that type of debut. So it like I was a little disappointed because I wanted to actually see a full match, you know, here because for people who don't know, he is the younger brother of the Usos, and but by chance he's the bigger one. He's bigger than them. You know,
Or if you're watching now and you were wondering, you know, yes, we just confirmed it.
And here's the thing, he's not a high flyer like the Usos. He's
he's more brawler type.
Yes,
right?
he's a striker. He's a striker. He, you know, he'll go hands on. So, but you know what? It's getting late. You know, we had Rebecca Payne on earlier.
I'm pretty sure my wife will be pumped up to hear that.
Oh well, she should have been on here and checking it out.
Basically, let her go.
She probably whoop up on you then when she gets a chance. Then what the hell you waking me up for and smack the hell out of you?
Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, I mean, look, I'm here. I'm covering the Flyers tonight. I'm here to talk pro wrestling with you guys. I'm enjoying this. This is great,
dude. You can't be watching Flyers during our wrestling podcast.
This,
man, what the hell?
I do want to change my answer from earlier, Chio. Stiffest worker I've ever had to deal with is this dog. This entire time she's been laying here, like, if she doesn't get attention, she just starts swinging her hands at me. What? See if I can get a good angle on it.
Gentlemen, thank you for.
So quick question: is it next Thursday? We're back on the program. This Thursday coming up.
Excuse me.
Thursday, is that the next show? Next Thursday, or is it Sunday?
Next Thursday.
Is it Halloween? You guys gonna start the Sunday shows?
Are you done? Are you done?
Yeah, I'll shut up.
Yes, please shut up.
Thank you.
Starting Thursday, November 4th. This is the day we will start going bi-weekly. So it'll be this Thursday coming up, and then 2 weeks after that we'll have our next one, and then 2 weeks after that, and so on. So this coming Thursday, November 4th, we will have indie standout Deshaun Pratt. On November 18th, for the other Thursday night slam for this month, we will have Amber Rodriguez from OVW. Then the kickoff in December, for December 2nd, we will have from a legend, indie vet legend from the Philly area and the surrounding areas, Flex Wheeler.
Wow, Flex.
And he'll be chiming in all the way from, guess where? Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
That's what I'm talking about.
And and as of right now, December 16th, we don't have a guest listed for that.
You would tell Joe to come on that day?
Dennis is getting the guests.
Oh.
Pat, you're not allowed to book anything else no more.
All right, fine.
It's us. We're running this shit.
Oh, sorry. I'll just stick to the Gobbler Inc. then. Fine.
Please. After that, December 16th, Thursday Night Slam will go on hiatus until the beginning of January. So
question.
we're gonna take time off until the beginning of January to start back up because we want to spend time for the holidays with our family and stuff like that. So that there will start season 2. 2021 was season 1. 22 will start season 2 of Thursday Night Slam. And as for Breakfast and Body Slams, our first show will be Sunday, November 7th. Then after that, it will be every Sunday following at 11 a.m. all the way up to December 19th. And then after that, we will take off the rest of December for the holidays and start back up for season 2 of Breakfast and Body Slams in January, in the beginning of 2022. And if anything happens between in between any of that stuff, will be just have to be a pop-up pipe bomb. So yeah, the Body Slams podcast, not Breakfast and Body Slams crew, the Body Slams podcast team consists of 3 shows. 3 shows: Breakfast and Body Slams, Thursday Night Slam, and pop-up pipe bombs. And hopefully with Austin and Cheesesteak Chucky, we can possibly get a pop-up pipe bomb of the Scrapple Boys since they're on hiatus from studio work.
Well, you have Chuck, you have Austin, but you forgot one person. He sleeps all the time. That's John Lee.
I knew. As soon as you said he sleeps all the time.
He's not going to hear what I'm saying right now, though.
No, he's probably sleeping.
That's what I mean.
No way.
Yo.
And John. So I will get with Austin, Chucky, and John to see what the, if I have any available free time in my life to get them on some random pop-up stuff that they can just bullshit, and I'll just sit in my studio segment part.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's great because, like I said, I'm excited. This is awesome. Like I said,
Austin, and Austin, if you want, I will somehow I will put a red check mark next to my name because it's the red light district, baby.
No.
Roxanne,
so let me ask.
Have to turn on the red light.
So let me ask you a question. Is Thursdays going to be more like interviews and Sunday be more like reaction to what happened to the major promotions?
Thursdays just straight up interview, and we're not going to follow that with
but it says
going on
Sunday.
in wrestling. Sunday will be
It's all reaction.
It's just going on, whatever's going on for the week and what's coming up, whatever.
See, I'll be programmed in my program.
It's whatever we decide what we want it to be. So there's no particular topic unless we advertise it. So we don't want people to tweet out or say, "Hey, they're doing this," when we're actually not, Pat.
Right.
So
yeah,
people do. We don't, and we are far from the best podcast out there because there's so many
I don't know about that. Not what I see.
Okay. So we're better than Gobbler Inc. I got that. So anyway. Austin, no comment. I see those eyes rolling over like, Yeah, he ain't saying nothing. He's trying to keep his mouth shut.
Look, I know where my bread's buttered, all right?
Wait, you know where you're... So what you're saying is you're getting paid?
Oh, easy.
No, I'm saying I was given an opportunity.
I'm saying there's no... Is there some money that we don't know about?
And Mr. Frost.
Me being a part of any of this was because I was just like, shit, I haven't talked to Pat in like 7 years. Let me hit him up and see how he's doing. He was like, yo, talk sports with us. I went, okay.
and don't forget Mr. Chio, Mr. Frost. In about 5 months, we have the 1 anniversary of Breakfast and Body Slams, or Body Slams crew. We have the 1 anniversary.
That'd be in February.
Yes, sir.
I think it was the 12th, I think, or something like that. It was something like, I know it was February something. It was like the second. Yeah.
We might have to get something spicing.
But if anybody wants to, they can go to our YouTube page into our playlist, and you can check out all of our shows from day one. That's right. We have every show we conducted, whether it be Breakfast and Body Slams, Thursday Night Slam, or the pop-up. Everything's on YouTube, as well as the audio stuff. Hey, how's the Gabriel Inc. doing in that category? Do you have all your shows up?
Yes, we do. Believe it or not, we have.
Sure?
I think so. No, we do. We got it all up. Gobbler Inc.'s on YouTube. We got Twitch, Twitter, Facebook.
Yeah, you're a Twitch.
Yeah, I love Twitch.
No, I said you're a Twitch.
Well, what's that?
You're a Twitch.
So, like I said, this is great. All 5 shows, we're booming. You got us. You got the Gobbler. Got us, the Common Misfits, Solly Squad, Old School Show, the Breakfast Show, the Bioslim Show. It's all popping. We're all booming. You know what I mean? I'm loving what I see from all shows. So everyone's coming.
I would like to on a pop-up show. I would like to get from the homes, like the team captains, a captain's lounge podcast, just a nice pop-up where we can discuss with the fans out there all together to show them that we are in unison, so they can know what's going on for our particular shows, any updates, what they can look forward to coming to, something like that. And like I said, I will I will host it on the stream here. We can get everyone in the room, and like I said, we can. Is
it possible we do this Saturday? Is it possible? Because just say it's something that's coming up for November.
Apparently, a lot of people are busy this Saturday.
Well,
don't you remember? One guy is going to one thing, another guy is going to something else.
Well, maybe we could do it right after the Combat Misfits real fast. So I know people would get ready for the Eagles game, but the way they're playing. We could fit something to that.
And the Combat Misfits will be at the studio. So how are they going to do this then?
Right, I'm talking about right after.
How are they going to do this if they're at the studio?
That's maybe like 11:30. Gives them enough time to get home. If you get David to come through, that's all you really need. Like 11:45, real fast. Gets
we don't have to do it this soon because it's like dropping a pipe bomb on us, just saying, "Hey, here, let's do this." No, plan it out. Plan it out. We can see who's available when, for what. It could be a weekend. We can do it. We can maybe do it before, but then you guys are on the air talking about games anyway. Maybe do it before a game or something like that. I don't know. But right now we're on air. This is our pro wrestling night with us here.
Yes.
And we're gonna take it home because we're about to hit that 2-hour mark. I'm sure people are getting bored right now just hearing us chat away with nonsense here.
Maybe not me. They like talking to Frizz.
So
and before we sign off, if anybody wants to, comment there where Bray Wyatt is going tomorrow.
Oh, that's obvious.
And tomorrow. And before we close out, if anyone has a small business they want to be free advertised, please let me know. Inbox me. We want to get you on here, talk about your small business, and come on here with Gio and us. Here, give us a small business. We'd like to get you on here. Free business, small business shout outs. So anybody with a small business wants to come up here with a free advertisement, please hit me up, hit up Gio. Let's make this happen.
All right, everyone. Please do not forget to jump on to our Devereaux Sports podcast on Facebook, and you can check out all the shows as well. Don't forget to follow them on Twitter as well. As far as the Body Slam podcast goes. You can log on to bodyslams.pro, click on the podcast page where you can see all of our past shows in the playlist. They're all up there, as well as the audio stuff. If you're on the go, if you're in the gym, if you're in your car just hanging out, you can hear us on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, and a whole host of others. So you don't want to miss out on that. And if you want to show support for us, go to our pod shop pages. We have 2 of them, but I suggest go to the Cafe Press one. Their quality seems a little bit better. But if you see something on the other page, do not hesitate to get something off of Cafe Press as well, because each page has different items of sorts. But yeah, go in there, get one of our. I'm not wearing one of our shirts tonight. I actually have to order one of our Thursday night slams as well as our pop-up plate bomb shirt. But I do have 2 breakfast and body slam shirts. I'm still waiting on for my crew here to get up in there and get one of their shirts too, so they can wear them on the show. But we'll see. We'll see how that works out.
I plan on getting the Thursday night slam shirt very soon.
Oh yeah, it's hot. I definitely want to get that one day.
It's my aesthetic.
This is how. Okay.
Or I'll take your sizes and then I'll order it and then you can PayPal me or some shit like that. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, thank you for coming on once again. For Pat the Gobbler, Bernard, Frankie Frizzo, aka down there in the bottom corner, you can catch him on the Gobbler Inc. Sundays at 9 a.m. My man up in the far
Don't you say
right of me.
Don't say it. Don't you say it. Don't you say I'm going to drop the gloves with you. Don't you say it.
Drop the gloves, man. You can drop your pants for all I care.
2 times.
He's a Saint Bernard, the better Bernard, Mikey. And you can catch him on right here exclusively with us. And our man Austin Hamill, as he's with the Cheesesteak Chucky, as well as Sleepy John Lieb, as they are a part of the Scrapple Boys, but currently on hiatus. You can go back and watch some of their previous shows, though, on I'm hoping, I want to say, the YouTube page. But from my understanding, Austin, you will be having a Scrapple Boys Facebook page soon. You're so, like everything exclusively Scrapple Boys, Facebook, YouTube, all that stuff.
Yeah, eventually,
Twitter,
yes.
a Scrapple Boys Twitter and all that stuff.
Yeah, I do have the YouTube set up. I have to do the other stuff. I'm going to do that once we get back into circulation.
Sweet. That's what's up. All right, everyone. Thank you for coming on. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. This is Chio. This is the Body Slams podcast team. And we're out. Peace.
Peace. Deuces.
Going off the air song. Do. Pat looks like he's sleeping.